Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Sports Analyst Podcast. We're just hanging out here watching the live rankings. We got Jacob, we got Kevin. What's up? Kevin's ahead of us, so let's listen. Kevin, what's...
You want me to reveal?
Yeah, let's do it. Because I'm on Stream East still.
What?
I'm still holding
Get
out.
out the way.
Here. Let me flip my camera, and I'll let you watch the show.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, you can see it. Since we are intentionally trying to not provide, right? We're trying not to give ESPN any additional revenue.
Yep, we hate ESPN.
We'll do it all off of number one. There we go.
Alrighty.
I've seen a lot of Indiana talk.
Indiana number one over Ohio State.
Tennessee, let's go.
Okay, at 6
Wins
and 3.
over Kentucky, Mississippi State.
Oh, okay, this is 25. Sorry.
It's their best win.
I don't know,
All
Jake.
right.
Mississippi State lost to Texas. That's pretty good.
True,
That's
Mississippi
a
State
real
lost
loss.
to Texas. That's good.
That's a good tip. Well, Pittsburgh lost to West Virginia.
That's a great... We should have lost to West Virginia. Jeez.
Right?
Pitt being 24 tells me that they're going to try and justify some booty ad ACC ranking.
Right.
By saying, well,
They're
they have
gonna,
ranked
Miami.
over...
Yeah. Miami's going to be 7.
Exactly. All right, what else we got? We got
Wow.
Washington 23, Missouri 22.
Missouri dropped to 22.
Yeah, what is Missouri, like 18 in the AP?
Yeah, like, I don't know that they've been below the top 15 all season.
Okay.
And number 21, yeah. What have they done?
This is
Other than have good losses.
This is a justification. They beat
Right.
Nebraska, Kev. That's what they did.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're loading the back end so that they can have ranked wins in the future. Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Somebody, I think it was Bud Elliott on the college football on the Cover 3 podcast. He says that the committee just uses like rankings 13 through 25 to justify what they do in the top 12. And the more
Makes
I think
sense.
about it, the more it makes sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
Why do we need to rank these people? Like, there's no need. You could just give us the
Right.
12. But
Right.
they do it so that they can say, oh, the SEC, like
Yeah.
Alabama's going to be super high, right? Because Alabama has a win over Tennessee. Georgia,
Right.
they're going to use that win over Tennessee to prop them up there.
Yeah. Well, now you got Iowa up there, and now it's like, oh, Indiana has a win over Iowa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's a self-perpetuating system.
it is. And that's part of the conversation that we're going to get to here is just, this is all a sham. USC at 19.
No Big 12 teams so far. There are like 10 that could have been right there.
Right?
That is
Well, that just
not
means
a good sign. These guys
that just means it's BYU and Texas Tech.
make
That's
lots of money for the big dogs.
Oh.
it. Unless they put Utah way up there.
Right. And here's my problem is that these are big names, right? These are name teams. Everybody's been a name team more or less so far, right?
Right.
I mean, Pitt is kind of the only non-name team up on the screen.
Yep. Oh, they sure do take a while to get all that
Whoa,
propaganda
there's-
out.
So there's the rest. So that the top 16 teams are going to be 2 Big 12 teams, and everybody else is going to be SEC Big 10.
Yep.
So 14 of the top 16 are going to, yeah.
Yeah, we literally got
Who
3
knows?
teams in the freaking
Six.
rank. That is
Yeah.
bullshit, dude.
Who's this?
It's going to be Utah, BYU, Texas Tech, the only ones ranked.
Jake, I don't even know.
Do you think they would put BYU?
don't know.
Are they going to put Utah at 15?
I don't know if Utah's going to be 15.
Louisville?
There's
I
no
guess they're
way
7 and
Utah's going
1.
to be this high, guys. There's no
Nope.
way. It's
Nope.
literally just BYU and Texas Tech.
If Utah's this high, then we deserve a number 5 ranking.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Another ACC team. Never mind. I was completely wrong. I forgot about these two.
All these.
Wow.
That's so funny. You have all these one-loss ACC teams that are going to be behind all these two-loss big names.
Right? Big name teams. Utah.
Utah. What?
Wow.
This is insane. Oh, you know that means. Guess what that means,
Wow.
guys? Guess what that means? Guess who's in the top 12? Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns.
Yes.
They're in the playoff.
Absolutely. Right?
You know if BYU loses one game, Utah's going to jump us.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't be surprised to see Texas Tech and BYU right here.
right? That's crazy that you. What is Utah's best win? Can we play
Right?
this game?
Yeah. UCLA,
Yeah, UCLA, Cincinnati.
I guess Cincinnati, and they beat Cincinnati pretty good.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
yeah. Big name team.
Yep. I cannot
Right?
believe Utah's at 13. This is shocking to me. This is absolutely shocking.
Utah has gotten they're running on the cred of 2 Pac-12 championships in the last 5 years.
Good heavens. Texas at 11. Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
What a joke.
It's name, right?
It is.
Who is Oklahoma and Texas beating?
Why are we surprised, guys? Why
Right?
are we surprised? Well, Texas
Texas
beat
beat
Oklahoma.
Vanderbilt.
Kevin. Texas beat Oklahoma,
Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
that's true.
which are both ranked. And so, therefore, those are ranked wins.
Right.
Right?
Okay, so who's going to be the highest in our conference? What's your guess with BYU based on these first 15?
We're going to be ranked below Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to be above
Notre
us with
Dame
2
will
losses.
for sure be above us.
Bro, with ranked wins. Oh, it's going to be painful.
Notre Dame will be above Texas Tech for sure.
Right.
Oh, no,
Oh.
never mind. They're 10.
Okay. Well,
I think we can. It's safe to assume. I mean, Notre Dame's not going to lose another game because their schedule is pansies.
Right.
But if they were to fall prey to an upset, that means they're out potentially.
Yeah. It'd be hard to get back in this late.
Yeah, shocking that the
Right.
only
It's
two
only
good
3
teams
games.
they played, they lost. They lost.
And they don't
to.
play anybody, they don't really play anybody of note moving forward, do they? Do they play
Well,
Pitt?
they play Pitt, which I think is that
Oh,
might
so they're
be.
yeah.
there it is. There's their loss against Miami.
Right.
That's the first thing they showed was their loss against Miami. Huge,
And then-
huge
and
day for them.
Right. And then they're showing highlights of a win over Boston College, who's what, 3-4?
Yeah, this is pathetic. Is Texas Tech ranked above BYU?
That's the question, right?
I think that's a fair. That
They
is a
lost
very
one
fair
game when they
question.
didn't have their quarterback, and their quarterback is back now.
Welcome, Jessa. Ooh, Oregon at 9.
This is interesting.
The committee might need the firing squad already.
Jessa coming in hot.
This is bad.
Welcome to the top.
This is so bad. We Utah at 13. Jacob was saying like we better be ranked like number 4 or number 5.
Right?
If Utah is 13th.
I mean, we
Because
haven't seen it yet.
Currently, we have the best win. Right? Well, I guess you got Indiana and A&M have better wins. But otherwise, we have the best win up on the board over
see.
Utah.
There's no way. This is just so interesting. I don't
Right.
know what they're gonna do.
Who is Notre Dame's? They lost to Miami, did you say?
They lost
Jake?
to Miami
Indiana.
and A&M.
Oh wait, Notre Dame. Yeah, Oregon lost to Indiana.
Yep.
Gotcha.
What are they yapping about?
Well, it's the propaganda machine. They have to, they
Yeah.
have to justify all of these rankings.
Okay, there's Texas Tech at 8.
Tech at 8, okay.
Right?
Which
And
means
they're not
BYU's
gonna-
at 7.
Yeah.
There's no way they put BYU above Ole Miss, Georgia.
Yep. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Show a thing about Texas
Yeah.
Tech. I bet you they won't show anything about BYU either.
Right?
They
Right?
give
They
show Notre Dame's whole highlight
Right.
reel of them.
And they spent 2.5
It's
minutes on
amazing.
Oregon, and Tech got
What a
13 words.
joke.
Yep. What a joke, dude.
Notre Dame's loss to Miami is awful now. So what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Now we got highlights of Ole Miss. Let's bring
One-
out the Ole Miss highlights.
Yep, one loss, Ole Miss. One loss, Ole Miss.
And who was their loss to?
They got like BTA by Georgia.
By Bam,
Yeah,
by
that's right,
Georgia.
that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
It was like 15
I lost by
points or something.
30. So
Well, yeah, the game was,
that
and then they
loss
brought
by
it back.
30 to Georgia is the reason they're
Okay.
ahead of us. That's
Yeah,
So-
probably.
that's
So-
their gold star.
So if Tech beats us by 25, right? We should not drop because Ole Miss got beat by 25 by a top 10
Exactly
team.
right.
Right.
It's exactly right.
Right?
Right? We should just swap spots according to
Right.
this logic that they're using now.
Yeah.
But no, I was watching Greg McElroy
Because-
today, and he said, "How far will BYU fall if they lose?" I'm like, "You've never said anything
Yeah.
about that to an SEC team. This is disgusting.
Right?
We
This
will
is
be
Here we go.
disgusting." Alabama
We'll be
lost to
ranked
Florida State.
below Utah. We will be ranked below 2-loss Utah after we lose to Texas Tech.
100%.
Yes.
That's going to be the worst thing to ever happen to me.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Even
Guaranteed.
even if we lose to Tech less than they do, right? Because they
Yep.
lost by what, 20 points?
Yeah, they lost by
Like 31 to
18.
10?
I am glad that A&M is not ranked in front of Indiana.
Yeah, I was worried.
Yeah. See, and I don't know, even as a Buckeye fan, Indiana, I think, has better wins so far. They beat Oregon, and Ohio State hasn't really. Well, I guess they beat Texas. Yeah,
Well, Texas is number 12, Kev. That's a really, really impressive win.
right. But I think Oregon's a better win, so this is name game playing, right?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Two undefeated teams, pick the team with the name.
Yep. Absolutely. Oh, well, are we surprised at all? I don't think I'm surprised.
I think maybe my preparation was bad because I am surprised at how many big names they just decided to put up at the top 12 just because of their logos.
Yeah,
Right?
Like I didn't think that was gonna happen for some reson. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, how delusional. Okay, what do they have the matchups at?
Yeah, what's the game out?
Oh, they're gonna they're gonna slate it in.
So they put Memphis as the G5 representative, even though they're not ranked.
What a joke. This committee is ridiculous. What just absolute poppycock. So
Very interesting.
Okay, so
where does it have us? Would we be
we
They
would
have-
play Indiana.
We would play the winner of Virginia Notre Dame, it looks like. Right? No. Oh, we played I would love that. Home game against Notre Dame.
Oh, give that to me. Give
Let's
that to me.
go.
Oh my gosh. A home game against
December.
Notre Dame.
Right? And then we get to play Indiana, which is probably the weakest of the four historically. But again, that's me just saying the other three have better names, right?
Wait, is Bama one of the other
Oh,
ones?
whose sweet ass screen are we seeing right now?
This is Kevin's. Welcome,
It's
Ellie.
mine.
Welcome.
Is this your bedroom, Kevin?
No.
He's in
This
Moab.
is we're in Moab.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sorry. Continue.
So here
Eli,
we go.
have you seen the
I'll re-
rankings, Eli?
I'll run it by you.
Okay.
McElroy's saying that it all makes sense.
I missed everyone's thoughts.
we haven't really busted him out quite yet.
Yeah.
I personally, again, I have to say this every time. I have to clarify. I do not care about the college football playoffs. I don't give two shits. I will not watch. This does not mean anything to me at all. However, I am not surprised that ESPN, that owns the SEC and financially benefits from the SEC, is going to put the SEC in their invitational tournament that they also own and fund. So, honestly, not very surprising to me. It's a good business decision.
Right? You're not surprised that 4 of the top 6 are from the SEC. Is anybody in the country?
No.
And 3 of those have a loss.
Yeah. Wait, I thought Texas was. Where's Texas?
Oh, buddy. Number 12. No,
Why
no,
is
no.
it saying Memphis?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just the projection. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I can be because I saw Utah at 13 and I was like, but then I was like, they're only a two-loss team. And their losses to undefeated BYU and Texas Tech. Like,
Right.
And they've beat every other team by 25 or more.
right. Exactly.
Right.
And you could say the same thing about Texas, unfortunately. Lost to Ohio State. And who's
Well,
their other loss to? Oh, could I not say that about Texas?
Texas beat Mississippi State, who has one SEC win in overtime, and then beat the powerhouse SEC team Kentucky by 3. So
Oh,
there's evidence that if they had any other logo, the committee would use. Okay, Elliot sent in sports analyst. The ESPN heard us trashing their beloved SEC and shut us down. That's definitely what happened.
Yep.
I was just saying that Texas has their resume outside of who they've lost to is not good. So actually, their loss to Florida, not good. So their resume,
Right.
if they have a different logo, I'm calling BS on that. But
See,
I forgot that was their
they're
other loss.
they're discounting the bad losses and overvaluing other losses.
Yeah.
Right.
Somehow Miami is still a quality loss for Notre Dame.
it's not.
Right. And Miami's two losses are to what, one unranked team and one ranked team? No, it was to Louisville and it
SMU.
was Louisville.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they lost to SMU.
Yep.
that's right.
Yep.
That's
Right.
Last week
right.
at home.
Yeah, and Virginia,
Yeah.
didn't they?
In overtime.
Oh, was
Or no,
that
it
the
was
other one?
Louisville. It was Louisville
It was
at
It
home.
was
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yep. And
Okay.
then last week, SMU.
Who did Virginia beat?
Florida State.
Oh
Florida
yeah.
State.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's no longer
Very
a good win.
well.
Well,
It's a good win for them, but
Right.
it's also a great loss for Alabama. Because remember when Alabama got dog
Oh, that's
walked
right.
by Florida State? The committee
That's
doesn't.
right.
Committee
Yeah.
obviously does not remember that whatsoever.
Right.
That was far enough back.
Right. So
Wow.
It was week
it
two. Who was watching football at
it
that time?
it feels like they're valuing good losses, right? And they're not injuring you for good loss, aka Ole Miss losing by 25 to Georgia, right? And ranked one spot below them.
Yep.
I think
So,
that game with Ole Miss and Georgia was like a 15-point game, and then Ole Miss scored in garbage time to bring it within 8.
okay.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Gotcha.
Well,
Going into the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, it was like a 20-point game.
the
So if we
box score
keep it,
scouts aren't going to pick up on that.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
we keep it single digits against Texas Tech this weekend, AJ. If we keep it single digits against Texas Tech this weekend, right, they should treat us the same way they treat Old Miss, right, with one loss against a top 10 team by 10 points or less.
I don't know, Kev.
Or is
I don't
this,
know.
if
It's
they
all to
don't,
do with the logo on the jersey.
Yep.
right? So if they don't, then we know it's just logo, right? We're just looking at
Yeah.
logos, not looking at anything else.
I'd say it's another piece of evidence that they are for sure. Because you're
Okay.
right, looking at it, because they talk on live television, they say
Yeah.
everything but the logo bias.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if you didn't
Because of
know,
name.
yeah, and so
Yes.
because they don't say that part out loud. So if you were coming into it and you didn't know anything about college
Yep.
football, 100% you'd be like, oh, well, duh. Well, if BYU keeps it close, Texas Tech is ranked high, but it's not going to
Right.
happen. And then
Wow.
that's where we are.
That's a great point, Jessa.
It will be
great
very
point.
interesting because Georgia is one spot above Ole Miss. If we lose close to Texas Tech, we should just swap places. That
Right?
should be it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
should be it.
So Terrell, I can take zero credit for this idea, and I wish Terrell was on here to give this idea. But he came to me this week and he was like, "This is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. BYU should schedule a loss to Texas Tech because
Ooh,
it happens now rather than later on. We rest up some dudes. Terrell went all the way to say, like, we should just rest Bear for this game. He's like, let's just lose this game. So again, this is not my idea. This is all Terrell's brainchild. And I was about to like poke holes, and then I'm like, wait, that's actually really smart because we take a loss now, and then they tend to forget about
Right.
those versus
Right.
taking a loss in like the
Right.
conference championship or against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Right.
That would hurt more than a loss to Texas Tech.
I mean, what happens if somebody delivers pizza to Bear Bachmeier's dorm the night before and he gets violently ill? Right?
Right.
Like
It's just
then you could just hold it over them and just say, "Oh, our quarterback wasn't playing, and so
right.
it doesn't count."
Our entire
That's-
starting offensive unit is deathly ill.
Gosh, dang it!
Right.
Or you could pull a Kyle Whittingham and not say anything about it before the game, lose, and then be like, "Oh, by the way, in
Right.
both of our losses, our starting quarterback was hurt. I didn't tell you about that before, but
Right.
but if they win,
Yes.
then he's good. He's fine."
Right.
Smart.
Right.
Smart. That's good news. So I got
Ty's
some bad news. Oh, go ahead. Tell us what Ty's saying.
I was just going to read Ty. Ty says, I can't get on, but this is my hot take. We have the strength of record and stats to be ranked number 4, just behind the other undefeated teams. We have one of the best wins in the country against the number 13 team. Committee is saying this. We haven't slipped up and lost a game like 130 other teams in the country have done. If we win this weekend, we better be ranked 4. I agree. Hey, Jed. I agree. I don't think that is the case. If we beat Texas Tech, I don't think we move at all. I think Texas Tech drops. I don't think BYU moves up at all with a win.
I agree. So you're saying that the if you were to put these teams linearly out on a flat scale, right, that there's a whole lot of distance between Ole Miss and BYU, right? And
Yes.
a win over Texas Tech is way too far of that's a bridge too far for them to say our win over Texas Tech would bump us over Ole Miss.
Well, because it proves that Texas Tech wasn't really that good of a team. Like Texas Tech was really overrated. We can't drop BYU because they didn't lose, but the fact that they beat Texas Tech must not be as good as we thought. So we're going to drop them, but I don't think the committee's not going to use their same rationale for the Big 12 that they do for the SEC.
Right.
You're saying. Wait, we should re-rank the top 10. We should do our rankings of the top 10. I'm curious.
So I have a devil's advocate comment.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear it, AJ.
I'm here for it.
Has there historically been evidence that Big 12 teams can beat SEC teams? Like, have we played them? Or is this an opportunity for us? Like, is the CFP now like kind of when this needs to happen?
That's a good question.
Arizona State took Texas to double overtime in the Peach Bowl.
Right. And then they lost.
The refs stole it from them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
They lost to Mississippi State on a idiotic defensive play call with 12 seconds left. And that was this year. Did we have any other SEC games between the Big 12 and the SEC?
Auburn beat Baylor, which is
Auburn beat Baylor.
Not good.
That
does not support our
Baylor's
theory.
really bad though this year. That's
Right.
not really.
Right.
Yeah. AJ, to your point, that's actually a really good point. There's two things. So we have the Big 12 has a 41.4% win record against the SEC all time. So 48 and 68 all time of the existing Big 12 teams.
That's not bad.
But here's my thing.
Almost even.
In what logical, why is the Big 12 even in the same league if they're not going to be treated as such? Right? Like, that seems like a stupid argument. Because it doesn't happen before, we're going to penalize you for it. Then that tells me there's something wrong with their criteria, because we are, by definition, on a level playing field. That's what they are pumping.
I get that. I think my point is mostly like, wow, this is kind of unprecedented, the opportunity that the new expanded playoff gives us, and it's really high stakes. I think.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's really important that we send our best team to the playoff, and they do well.
I agree.
Except for Utah.
Yeah. To Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, TCU.
No, that's a
doesn't
great
help
Utah
point.
would choke. We don't want them. We don't want them because they would choke.
they lost to Northwestern in a bowl game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to believe that they'll beat an SEC team?
Right. Hey, they
I
beat
like that
Alabama
perspective,
back in
though.
08.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was only 16 years ago, but
Well, that's the other thing too is of all of the conferences, the SEC travels the least for out of conference games.
right?
And I'm
Right.
saying travels, like true road games. So the
That's
opportunity is
true.
less, right? Against the Big Ten, the Big 12 has got, or the ACC, the Big 12 has got a crazy winning record, especially this year. But the Big Ten, it's okay, but it's better in the SEC than it is the Big Ten. I'll tell you that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
anyone
think-
talk about Texas?
Tell us your
Is
thoughts
Tex-
about Texas.
Is Texas in? I'm so sorry. I didn't even look at the rankings before, but is Texas in the top 12?
They are number
They
12.
are indeed.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. They are number
Same.
12. Their first team out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team
And
out.
second team out is Oklahoma.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And third
Disgusting.
team out is Utah currently,
True.
which raises a concern for me. And here's why. A lot of the teams above Utah are going to play each other, right? Texas
Yep.
is going to lose to Texas A&M,
And
Right.
probably Georgia.
right? And that's one down. Oklahoma might continue to win. Notre Dame might continue, but there are teams that are going to lose ahead of Utah, right?
Conference
And if
championships.
and if BYU loses to Tech and nobody else, right? Or we beat Tech and nobody else beats Tech, then it's BYU and Tech in the championship game.
Yeah.
Which means Utah doesn't have to play another hard game for the rest of the season. So they could sit and do nothing and play nobodies and get in the playoff by doing nothing.
That's
Yes.
so true.
That's
That's
how
so
they.
true.
That's how they won their Pac-12 championships. So they should
Right.
feel comfortable in that position.
Right?
Well, and theoretically, they could miss the Big 12 championship altogether and still get in, right? Is
Yeah.
that what you're
Well,
talking
yeah,
about?
and
that's what I'm
and
saying.
I think,
Yeah, they don't even have to go to the championship game and they can still get in.
and that's best case
crazy.
scenario for them
Yeah.
too, because the loser of the Big 12 title game is not going to get an at-large unless BYU goes undefeated and then loses to Texas Tech in
Right.
a rematch in the title game, right? There's no other
Right.
scenario in which the loser of the title game
Right.
makes the playoff. And
Right.
so the second team would thereby be Utah if there was going to be an at-large.
Right? Unless it's BYU or Texas Tech that loses in the championship game,
Mm.
and you're
Well-
assuming that the CFP values head-to-head over the championship game results.
So
Right.
Right. So BYU goes undefeated and then loses to Texas Tech,
Right.
because then there would be one loss BYU
Right.
versus two loss Utah. Plus we got the head-to-head.
Or BYU loses to Tech twice. Right. And then is Utah, right? We beat them head-to-head. Are they going to value BYU's head-to-head, or are they going to value Utah's losing to them once versus us losing to them twice?
Mm.
I
I
will
have a-
say in these rankings they have valued head-to-head. Like they put
Right.
Texas above Oklahoma. They put Louisville above Miami. They put Texas above
Right.
Vanderbilt as well. They put Georgia above Ole Miss. Like,
Right. Or would the recency of losing 2 games out of 4 at the end of the season to the same team be enough to say, oh, they're not that good, we're going to drop them out and put Utah in, even though the head-to-head is staring them in the face?
Mm.
well, let's look back.
That's
Let's look back at
diabolical.
last year.
Yeah.
SMU and BYU were both 2-loss teams, and they took SMU even though BYU had the head-to-head on SMU's home field because, in their words, SMU had looked better than BYU
Right.
late, and they looked
Right.
good in their loss in the conference championship game.
They
The way
did.
BYU
Powerhouse
has won
Clemson.
their
Yeah.
exactly the way that that BYU has won their games and the way that Utah has won their games when not playing like the top tier of the conference.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily see, especially if Utah rattles off a couple like 4 touchdown wins, I could easily see the committee being like, Utah, even though they lost to BYU, they've rebounded. Their quarterback wasn't healthy in that game. And so, you know, they in our eyes, right, the ultimate like trump card for the committee, like we just think Utah's better.
Mm.
Can I read off Utah's road games for a second? They went to
Please.
UCLA. Okay, the mighty Rose Bowl.
Very, very tough place to play.
Yeah, so tough to play.
75 fans in attendance.
Yep. They went to Wyoming, and need I remind you, only scored 3 points in that first half. They went to West Virginia, which it's kind of a tough environment, I guess, but not with this West Virginia team. Are you crazy?
Right.
And then they came to BYU, and they lost.
And they lost.
And I don't know that there's another team in the country that has an easier road schedule up to this point in the season.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that Utah's not good. I really want to say that Utah's not good. I'm saying they haven't been tested. And they go to Baylor and to Kansas. I don't know. Those are but both of those games are outside of BYU are harder than any road game that they've played thus to this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So Utah doesn't exist. Just like to remind everybody. But but I don't know. They could lose either of those games.
Yeah.
But I have a question. Why? Let's put money aside. Okay? Put like ESPN aside and their biases aside for a second. Why is college football different than every other competitive sport in the world? Why do we hand select teams for playoffs instead of there being a clear criteria, win this many games, do this, there be a clear path to the playoffs? I can't think of another sport where a group of old men like analyze and like it's like they read a poem and all decide. It's like English class. It's like, read this passage and tell me what this means to you. And if your teacher likes the way you write, then you get an A. Like that's how the playoff committee feels to me. But I'm like, genuinely, why do we need that? Why can't we just have a win your games and you're in? Like, what? I don't get it.
I think for me, the obvious answer is the lack of a governing authority. Right? The NCAA doesn't give a crap. I'm trying to put money aside, but the NCAA cares about March Madness, correct? And they put on a great show, and they're going to ruin it by expanding it in the next couple of years. But they do a really good job of making it clear, and everybody knows how to get into the committee, right? Into the bracket. But that is because, again, trying not to bring money into it, but it comes back to money. It's because the NCAA has a vested interest in March Madness, because since it is an NCAA sanctioned postseason, they get to control it and they get money from it. Back in the 80s or whenever it happened, the NCAA told the conferences in college football that the conferences are the moneymakers in college football, not the NCAA. So the NCAA doesn't make any money off of college football, which is why, off of FBS college football, which is why they don't care about setting up this governing authority, which they are the only one. They don't care about setting up a postseason. Now, if you look at the FCS football, the NCAA still controls the postseason format. That is an NCAA sanctioned postseason. And it is a very clear-cut way to get in. You win your conference, and then there's at-large spots up, right? Wild card spots, almost like the NFL. There's 16 teams. It's a bracket. So it's not that they can't do it. It's that they don't do it because they wouldn't make any money off of it because they signed away those rights. Does that make sense? At least
the conferences
to me,
hold the power, right? And this is what the SEC and the Big Ten want.
Right.
So
right.
They want the easiest path to national.
as many teams as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So what if you?
I just don't feel like anybody's happy with this.
No,
None of the fans are happy with this. Why are we putting up with this crap?
I know.
Greg is happy.
Craig
Sankey is
Knuckles.
smoking a big old cigar on his boat right now.
Disney's also super pumped about it too. I'm just looking at this 12 team projection, because I'm with you. Virginia, like, what? They're gonna make it to the playoff, and Memphis maybe. Now Memphis is actually, they're both probably pretty deserving, to be honest. But I think, like, what's wrong with doing a 16 team playoff, and you pick two from every conference, two from the Power Four, right? And then 8 at large. And get rid of the stupid top 4 seedings. You automatically get it, like, make it like March Madness, like you're saying.
Right.
Like no one gets an automatic spot, right? If you win the ACC, but the ACC sucked, then you could get a 12 seed, you know?
Right.
And if you win the Big Ten and stuff like that. So why? I mean, they're going. It's going to be 16 in a few years.
Yeah.
There's too much money for it to not be 16. So
I'm
maybe
fine
this
with
is just the
16.
struggle of like a few years. Like the 14 playoff sucked. It was just a broader version of the BCS. And this version is better, but it still is. It's not
The
there.
fact that it's subjective, like that's
Yeah.
you can't have it be subjective, whether it's
Yeah.
subjective to your numbers in the BCS, right? It was subjective to whatever the computer like pooped out. And everybody says like, oh, if it's a computer, it's not biased. Well, guess what? Who built the computer, dumbass? Like the people that run the thing, they built it. So they get to do whatever they want and program whatever wins they want to mean more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comes from somewhere. You have to do it like the NFL, where it's just based off of your wins and losses. Like your record has to determine. But then again, then you'd have to make everybody's schedules about the same. And again, we need a governing authority, and that's hard to come by, I guess.
Like how would you do that with 130 teams though? Like, and that's an honest question. Like how would you? Because it can't be like the NFL, where because also with the NFL they all split the profits amongst them.
Right. Right.
And it's not like that in college football.
Right.
Which is
where college basketball comes in, right? Each conference has a guaranteed so that they can have a share of the profits
of March Madness.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So each game that your conference member plays in, you get a share, I guess is what it's called, and then they divide up all the money into shares, and you get how many shares your team's played. And I think that they could do the same thing in college football, right? Is your team wins, your conference gets more of the cash. And I think this goes back to AJ's point of we have to perform in the playoff. Whoever shows up from the Big 12 has to win a game, right? Yep. You have to beat an SEC team, period.
Yep. On that point, do we, in our heart of hearts, believe BYU is that team? If BYU goes to the playoff as a 7 seed against Notre Dame and then Indiana, or against whoever, right? Do we believe that BYU is one of the Big 12 teams that can compete?
Here's my deal. That's why you play the game. You just had that's why you play the game. Yes, of course. Because if they come out and play Georgia and we do things that make Georgia play like crap and we play good, of course we've got a shot. Like and I wish that these conversations had happened more. Like I can't fathom going to like a travel AAU basketball tournament and then losing to a team and like someone going in a back room and saying, they lost. But actually, this team has 3 girls who are committed to D1 colleges, so we're actually going to move them forward because their talent profile. Like, it's not sport. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. If you win, but like, oh my gosh, it infuriates me. I think I'm with Jared. I don't care about the playoffs because it's not a sporting event, and that's my position. It's not a sporting event.
No. It's a TV show. This is Dancing with the Stars for middle-aged men.
No, it really is.
There's just the sex appeal is guys running into each other at high velocities and not revealing clothing. Like, that's it.
I'm writing that one down and putting it on a shirt.
Yeah, it's so
Dancing with the Stars for middle-aged men.
I mean, but come on, you think Notre Dame's going to come into Lavelle Edwards Friday night, beat the Cougs at home?
I would
we lay
love
an
to see
egg,
that matchup.
I would love that. Oh
See,
my
love
gosh,
to see that
would be so
matchup.
succulent.
This is why it's not about the strength of the team. It's what happens on the field. Like, what is the point of having a good team if you can't play good? Like, I don't care that Texas A&M has a top 5 recruiting class every year. I don't care.
That question right there was actually asked in a boardroom in Auburn's football center this Sunday to Hugh Freeze, and he had no answer, and he's fired. They asked him, what's the point of having a good recruiting class if you win 3 games every single damn year, Hugh? And he said, when's my golf tee time? Pay me that $15 million.
That's awesome. Brian Kelly, James
Right?
Franklin.
Right?
It doesn't matter. That's one piece. That is one piece of having a good game. You know what?
Right.
If they want to go and make a league where all that matters is the number of stars on your roster, power to them. I don't think that's going to generate the same amount of revenue as what we have now, if it's about money.
No.
Okay, I'm going to calm down now. I've decided, Jared, I don't care about the playoff either. It's stupid.
Thank you. Join me. Join me.
So stupid.
I only care about the playoff because it affects our recruiting and our investment in our team and our NIL monies. Right? Because
It's a good point. It does.
If we get in and we win a game, our recruiting cachet is just going to step on Whittingham's neck, right?
Massive.
And
yes.
I should stop mentioning him because I sound little brotherish that way. But right, it promotes the future of BYU football, even though I hate how it's put together, right?
Yeah.
And BYU is completely disadvantaged going in. They're handicapped by the crappy way they come, put these things together.
Yeah. Indiana, like the last team in kind of last year's playoff, went to Notre Dame, got sat on. They came home with an extra $4 million for just going on the road and losing. They had all their expenses paid plus $4 million. So even if BYU gets an at-large or wins the championship and ends up a lower seed, you are coming home with like 20, okay, maybe not 20%, but like you're coming home with 15% of your Big 12 check. Like that is a huge leg up on other Big 12 programs. That's humongous.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to mention the recruiting bump and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who said it, but we have to cheer for, well, at least I have to cheer for whoever the Big 12 team is that makes it the playoff too. I really hope it's not Utah. Don't think it will be. But
Arizona
for the
State
sake
has
of
to
the
lose a game.
conference.
Like 6 things have to happen in order for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, they don't exist. Never mind. Go, keep going.
we already beat them.
They don't exist, guys.
Well, I'm starting to believe Elliot and Terrell's conspiracy theory idea on this upcoming game.
He has a point.
Really?
He has a point.
He has a great point. This game doesn't matter at all, right? We need to focus on the next 3 games, and if we win the next 3 games after that, we're still hold our destiny in our hands.
Right.
And from a psychological standpoint, I would much rather we have a loss going into the playoff versus come in as Oregon last year and poop the bed against, the Buckeyes.
Right. I mean, look what the Buckeyes did. They lost the most important game of the season, right?
They lost their 2 biggest games.
And that gave them the motivation to...
Yeah. They're like, we have nothing to lose now. Let's just go for it.
Totally. I don't think about that Michigan game at all. I never think about it. Never dream about it. Never have nightmares about it. Ever.
Which brings me to Steve's comment, right? He walked in and he was madder than mad.
You should have put him on. That would have been
Kevin, as a producer, you need to capitalize on those moments.
Right?
Yeah.
You guys were talking, and so I kind of I should have said, stop what you're saying, listen to Steve.
We need to hot
Oh,
mic that. We need to hot mic that next
right,
time.
right. Because Steve made a good point. He's right. People respect Utah because Whittingham blows people out, right?
Yep.
They're crappy teams that he's playing against, right? But he blows them out by 20 points. And so he's like, ooh, Utah must be great, right? Kalani gets two scores up and is like, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna put the pressure on. I'm gonna kneel the ball at the 2 yard line with 30 seconds left in the game instead of making a statement. Which I think is starting to have an impact on BYU's reputation, right? Because this is a
Yeah,
game of reputation.
it is. And
Someone also. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I would argue that it's more style points are more important in the 12-team era than they are in the 4-team era.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now the whole debate is going to be between these teams that are from 6 to 20. And how do you differentiate when hardly any of these teams play anybody in the non-conference?
Right.
It's going to be those style points.
Right. And Kalani doesn't get a chance to go before the committee and say, hey, look, I just don't step on people's neck. It's not that I can't, it's that I'm a nice guy.
Right.
And I represent a religious institution. And so we're trying to be nice.
It's a
And
sport. If they didn't want to
Right.
lose by a lot, they wouldn't play the game.
Yeah.
I agree, Jessa.
Someone also, I don't know who, I'm sure it was our favorite media producer, but someone I feel like started the narrative nationally that Kyle Whittingham was just like this amazing coach. And like, yeah, it's pretty good to go, have a bunch of 8-win seasons in a row.
You're talking about Joel
But
Klatt?
someone started that narrative and it just has stuck for a long time.
Yep.
What can I
Yep.
say? Joel Klatt knows ball. He's never wrong.
Never.
He sold stock in BYU at the beginning of the year, so he knows ball, obviously.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a ball knower.
What a loser.
Yeah. He makes a fool of himself every week on Twitter with some of the stuff that he puts out there.
It's so bad. I think it's almost to the point of no return. Like, I think
Right.
especially this year, I think he's toasted himself. Because I watch him, and there are several times where he come like this year. There's been several episodes where he comes and he's like, "All right, I got another one wrong. Here we go," and tries to make light of it. But it's a big thing to get wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going the route of Colin Coward, where it's just and Stephen A, right? Where it's just spicy takes, let's farm the engagement, let's rage bait.
Right.
And then if I'm wrong, who cares? Because we made, $6,000 off of this tweet. Like,
right. And nobody care, he doesn't seem to lose.
There's no accountability.
He doesn't seem to lose any respectability by being completely wrong. It's like the guys who predict the draft, right? And they say that the 2021, quarterback class is going to be the best in the history of the NFL, right? And you got one of them still starting.
And he sucks.
And he sucks.
He's terrible, right? And it's like, but then the next year around, everybody's listening to these garbage takes. They're like, when are people going to wake up?
Yeah.
It's like, I think you said this, Jessa. It's like with the Barstool guys, right? And with other, like, I hope that we're shifting. That's why this podcast is so important. Thank you, Jess and Jared. We're shifting to listen to more grassroots people who actually watch ball versus like the suits who are getting paid a fat paycheck to talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers and Alabama and the SEC,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think the real ball knowers know that you can't predict squat, and so they don't predict squat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so
Right.
they're easier to listen to. They don't
Right.
get on and say I know something before they actually know it, because that's common human sense not to do that.
Right.
But when you are given a microphone and a huge media outlet who says, "Hey, we actually want you to do that," because like you said, it's engagement farming.
Right. Like, I would rather listen to Dan Orlovsky break down an offensive play set, right, than I would listen to Stephen A trying to predict if the Cowboys are going to win or not.
100%.
Give me somebody who knows ball, right? And
we all crave the content, the analysis content. No one cares about the prediction crap. No one cares about that. Just give us like the ball knowledge. Like Kevin Orlovsky, give us your take as NFL quarterback on this play or on like
right?
I
Or
would
against
love
this
it.
defense,
Yes, huh?
right?
If someone were to do that with BYU every week, be like, okay, this is why BYU did this, and this is where they went wrong on this play and in this defense. Like, oh my
Right.
gosh.
And
Sorry
and this
about
is this is the strength of this defense. And so you're gonna look for these types of plays, right, to counter the strength of that opposing defense. I'm much more interested in that than Joel Collette's top 5 garbage teams of the week with big
Totally.
names and big checks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's up to
Oh,
Jared and Jessa to produce that kind of content in the future.
Yeah, you guys, we're looking towards you.
I can yap. I'm gonna leave the producing
Right.
to Jared.
hey, we're on our way. We're on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We average like
Which
22 views.
Yeah,
there you
we're getting
go.
there.
Yeah.
That's right.
22 views and 2
Hey, we haven't
comments.
leaned into it yet, though. That's a conversation for another time.
That is another
That's right.
We have
conversation.
lots to
That's
lean into.
Yeah, get the marketing machine going.
I have a quick question. As Ohio State fans, but before we end here, I do want to get some Ohio State thoughts. Indiana, number 2. A lot of people have been like kind of hyping Indiana. I feel like there's a lot of scuttlebutt. Indiana has a better resume. What are our thoughts there? I mean, in the end, again, it doesn't matter because we're going to play each other in the Big Ten championship game. Like both of our schedules are just cupcake for the rest of the year, so it doesn't matter. But
Cupcake?
should we be number 1?
You're forgetting a game, Jared.
It's no, I'm not. I am purposefully not thinking about that game. That game is completely.
Hey,
The
they're
scheduled
ranked.
loss.
That's a
We're-
ranked matchup now.
We're 10 and
Right.
1 basically already.
I would say that is a worthy discussion, right? And I think as an Ohio State fan with the biggest, one of the biggest, what do you call it, endowments for sports, right? I think Ohio State gets the benefit of the doubt, 1, because they beat them last year, and 2, because Ohio State has a bigger name and a bigger budget, right?
Mhm.
But I think in reality, there's no way that right, you can't say they should at least be tied for number
Right.
1.
Well, I don't. This is bad because now I'm going back on everything I've just said. But from an outside perspective, Ohio State's the returning national champs like a year
Right.
ago.
It's true.
That of all resume things, that's hard to look past. If they had lost a game, then you start to question.
Right.
But you have those 2 things, and I don't see a reason to drop them below number 1 unless the discrepancy between their resume and Indiana's was huge. And there may be one, but Ohio State's the returning champs.
Here's.
I think that's fair for the returning champ only, not for anybody else.
Well, but
Yeah.
Ohio State lost 21 players off of that team.
That's very
So is
true.
it fair? Like,
It depends on what
we
your
have a brand
criteria
new-
is, but we don't have
a
any
brand
criteria.
we don't have any eye test, Jess.
Also,
Oh my, anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I've really enjoyed not having ESPN this week.
Me too.
It's been awesome. I did not watch one lick of ESPN on Saturday. And I
Same.
was like, I don't care. I don't care that I missed the entire SEC day. It was awesome. Watched the World Series. It was great.
Amen.
It's very freeing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like when you sin a bunch and then stop sinning and you're like, oh my gosh, I have the spirit with me.
That's a
all-
great
All the takes were
comparison.
actually rational. Like they were balanced takes. I'm like, this isn't just like every ESPN statistic is just SEC related. Like there's no other conference even involved in those
Totally.
statistics.
Totally. I also canceled Disney Plus in a rage on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I'm free of the Disney sphere. I freaking love it.
I saw something, and I'm not sure if it's real, but Disney almost doubled their prices over the weekend because I think they're going to do their own from like $79 to $150. Is that right?
Oh, that's insane.
No, do you want to know what it is annually for no ads, Disney Plus?
What?
180.
A month?
There are ads now?
No. Yeah,
Oh,
there are ads
just-
on Disney Plus just for the year.
No.
But they're also upping that now, so I think it'll be $240 moving forward for no ad Disney Plus.
The world is
per month or
cooked.
for the year.
For annually.
and then chip in another like $40 for ESPN Unlimited, and then
if you
yeah.
want ESPN Plus, it's another 20 on top of that. Or I
Yeah.
guess that probably comes with ESPN, but
Well,
yeah.
frick ESPN.
Agreed.
Just to continue our conversation about Ohio State real
Yeah.
quick before we wrap up. Indiana has a better win. They went on the road to number 9 Oregon and won by 10 points. Ohio State's best win is at home versus number 11 Texas by 1 touchdown. So if you take it at just this year, I think Indiana should be number 1. But I
Agreed.
do think, to your point, Jessa, I do think Ohio State does get a lot of credit for being the reigning national champs and having Jeremiah Smith on their team.
That's part of the narrative that I want to get out of college football, though, is the
I agree.
traditional.
I agree.
Just rank Indiana number 1. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to be upset with that. If there are Buckeye fans who are upset with that, like, come on.
Well-
You explained it perfectly, Jared. They have the better win. Ohio State hasn't played anyone great yet. And they're going to meet in the conference championship, so it's not a big deal.
Exactly. What is the harm in putting Indiana number 1 when you're going to play each other and it's going to sort itself out later?
Right.
What's the harm?
I totally agree. No, because they shouldn't be below Texas A&M. But yeah, I agree. I think the rankings should be way more fluid week to week.
Yes.
I think there should be like a new top 10 like every week. Maybe not every week, but it should be pretty crazy because college football is crazy. And because,
right.
Yeah.
Like if Notre Dame struggles against Boston College, put them at 20. They weren't the best team.
Yeah.
Right? They weren't the top 10 team this week.
Well, you can't drop Notre Dame out. I don't know if you saw that in the bylaws, but
it's ridiculous. Again, the fact that this matters is the saddest part.
Yeah.
That it actually does matter.
As an Ohio State fan, I would actually it would be really fun to see Indiana win. As much as it would hurt, we're still gonna make it to the playoff, both teams are. It would be awesome to see Indiana take the Big Ten. That's to me the epitome of college football is you can take this program that's been in the dumps for years and with the right coach and now the right funding and the right players, you can win a big conference championship. That'd be sick, you know?
Mm-hmm. I would agree. We just have to beat Michigan and then lose to Indiana. Can't do both.
What would you guys feel about a 4-team conference championship or conference tournament?
I like that idea.
Whoa.
I am all for, if it wasn't clear before, I am all for winning, getting you things. So
that's
add
a
more
crazy
games.
thought.
I know.
Dude, I will say this. If you do that,
good idea.
I would say that you need less regular season conference games.
Yes.
Because I don't want to see Alabama, Mississippi State, and then Alabama, Auburn, and then Alabama, Tennessee, and then on top of all those 9 games, have them play 2 more SEC games, right? Have them play 5 or 6 conference games, 6 regular season conference games, 6 non-con games, and then you do the playoff at the end because then you actually need it.
Dude, that's a great idea.
I'd even be okay with taking out 2 regular season conference games, just doing 2 less games and doing an 8-team tournament at the end.
That would be sick.
That would be so sick, dude.
And just play 10 regular season games. Yeah.
And then you could have even
so much more.
Yeah, you could have lower brackets, right? So you could have the gold bracket or whatever, and so everybody gets to play the same amount of games, right?
I like that.
Because the problem with shortening the regular season is that nobody wants to just play 8 games, right?
Right.
Do it, but play for 3rd or 4th place.
Dude,
I agree because then
sick actually.
Because then you'd have the top 4 go to the playoff or whatever for the conference championship, and then you have 5 play 6, 7 play 8, 9 play 10, right? And then yeah.
Then you're playing for something, right?
Right.
You could have cool little
get
trophies
those games
for each game, right? Yeah, that could be sweet.
Can we also get rid of this? Will never happen probably because of the money. the better teams in the college football playoff should get home games.
Agreed.
Yes.
Make the lower seeds play at the Rose Bowl. Make Memphis and Virginia play at the Cotton Bowl. Like, let's have games at Ohio Stadium, Bryant Denny, Lavelle Edwards. Oh, I hate that that's still like have the bowl game, have the bowl sites be bowl sites. Be that for the teams that didn't make it to the playoff. And like sick, you can go watch your team play this after season, game, however you treat it. But then let's have the playoff be like the NFL, where like, yeah, maybe the semifinals and the final are in a couple of iconic stadiums, but let's just play home games, man.
Yeah.
How thick
Agreed.
is that? It's never
Yeah.
gonna, but
It's like the NBA. That's what the NFL does too, except for the Super Bowl.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what everybody loves about the 12-team playoff anyway. Like if anybody was saying there was one thing they liked about it, the first thing on everybody's list would be that you play the first round games at home. Like that Ohio State Tennessee game.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Jax. I was just
one
going to say
one of the big reasons that schools are motivated to make a bowl and to make these conference championship games is because they get the extra funding and because it brings in more money for their program. But if you're bringing all that money, you're giving all that money to UCLA because you're doing the Rose Bowl.
Stupid.
Like the whole point is you get the pro recognition program, and so this team can get another game and get fans and get concessions, and so you're trying to bring money to the program, not to the friggin' Rose Bowl, who already has more than enough.
Totally.
Exactly.
Like if Indiana, even if BYU were to go play at Indiana's stadium, I don't even know what it's called. How fun of an environment would that be? Like
Sweet.
just
Electric.
red and blue. That would be nuts, man.
Yep.
Akron just scoop and scored. Just in case
Oh.
anybody was wondering. UMass got the ball back and Akron said, nope.
That is too good. That is
Maction.
too. I mean, that's Maction. That's Maction.
That's action. It's a Tuesday night and we've got football to talk about. How awesome is that?
That's a good ending point.
I think
Kinley
so.
wants to say hi.
Oh, hey, Kinley.
Kinley. Happy birthday.
Oh, they say happy birthday. She says thanks. She just got home off a 12-hour shift, so she's feeling great.
Yeah.
Nice. Come on in.
Ready to
Kinley,
party.
you're probably super wired.
Kid, what are your thoughts about BYU here? What are your thoughts about BYU being ranked 8th? No, 7th.
7th.
Well, that's not going to last.
Spoken like a true BYU fan.
You're right. We're going to be ranked number 4 next week.
Wait, did you guys see? Already discussed? Apparently, if the CFP was right now, we would host Notre Dame at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm all in. Stop
That's
the count.
wild.
Stop the count. Stop the count. I think that's probably a good place to leave it, ladies and gents.
Let's stop this count.
Yeah, let's stop this count. Thanks for jumping on, everybody. Oh, look, Arlo sighting as well. Oh,
Hey.
Hey. Oh, you can't see Levi. He's on the ground.
Just lounging.
He's on the ground.
Hi, Levi.
Did you guys already talk about AJ this week?
That's gonna be on next episode.
Okay.
Thursday.
Next episode, yeah. We got some thoughts. Great tease. Coming to you on Friday morning. We'll be back. We'll talk about AJ DeBansa and that highly underwhelming season opener for BYU basketball. And we'll preview the BYU versus Texas Tech matchup, the biggest game in BYU football history? Question mark? Recency bias? Definitely not. But we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Super
Love you guys.